Merry meet again, and welcome back to the Friends of Rupert show. Thanks so much for joining us for our Reduce, Reuse, Recycle episode. We're so glad you're here. Today we have with us again Patrick McCleary, Pagan Dad, and he's going to tell us about May's full moon. Also today we're going to focus on something very, very important, and that's reducing, reusing, and recycling. I bet you can guess that, huh? I'll bet most of you do learn about these things at school and at home. Some of you may even have recycling bins or those types of things at home and at school. Did you know you can recycle many things at your grocery store? If you and your family don't use the reusable grocery bags, then you can take your plastic bags that you get at the store right back to the very same store that you got them from. That's a good deal. How about your dead household batteries? We collect them from many of our friends and give them back to the county to be recycled so they don't end up in our landfills. And right now we have almost a whole bucket full, so it's pretty heavy. Do you know that sometimes you can recycle your batteries and your paper at your school or at a government agency, sometimes at the libraries? There's all kinds of different places where you can recycle batteries and paper in order to earn money for your group or your school. So you might want to check that out. Do you know some people recycle their plastic bottles? If you still use plastic bottles, then you should make sure to recycle them. These are one of the things that you can recycle almost everywhere. Of course, some people don't use plastic bottles anymore. Can you think of things that you can reuse or repurpose? Can you think of ways to reduce the amount of garbage that you throw away so that you don't have so much in your garbage can and in the landfill? Can you think of ways to reduce or make less the amount of electricity you use and the water that you use? I'll bet you can. Make sure you turn off the light whenever you're not using that room, or the TV, or your iPod, or your radio, whether it's battery or whether it's electricity, it's all the same thing. We don't want to waste. We want to be smart and conserve our energy and our natural resources. There are so many ways to reduce, reuse, and recycle and conserve, and we're going to talk about some of those things on today's show. But first, we're going to start off with a story, a Rupert's Tale. It's called A Dance with Dragonflies. So let's get started.